So how this replication fork is synthesized? So this is nothing but your replication fork. From this replication fork, your next basing on this strand, basing on this template strand, another two strands will be getting synthesized. So this is nothing but your replication. So the basic means of replication is started with replication fork. So this is nothing but replication fork. Next is replication bubble. So coming to this formation of this bubble is nothing but it is originated from origin of replication. So how this is originated? Suppose think that this is your DNA strand. So in this DNA strand there are several points of ORIC. ORIC of replication is origin of replication. So in this DNA strand, this is your parental strand, and from this parental strand you are supposed to synthesize your daughter strands. So how you will recognize that particular point where this DNA replication will be get initiated. So that point is known as origin of replication or ORIC. Suppose think that this is your origin of replication. Then several enzymes, what I will be explaining you in the next coming classes. There are several enzymes and proteins that are involved here and they utilize for synthesis of DNA molecule. So these enzymes will make your DNA strand by weakening your hydrogen bonds. By weakening of these particular hydrogen bonds, what happens initially? Your replication fork is formed at your origin of replication and a replication bubble is formed. Next, this bulging of this particular two strands is known as replication bubble, and this whole point is known as origin of replication, where several enzymes will come and interact in this particular origin of replication, and due to that interaction of the enzymes and proteins, here these two, replication fork and replication bubble, is formed. So this is like in a I shape. Okay. So this is in form of a bubble. So this is known as replication bubble. Next, from here another one is unidirectional replication and bidirectional replication. So up to here we have learned about replication, next replication fork, next replication bubble, that is next origin of replication, next unidirectional replication and bidirectional replication. So these are the important terms what I have explained you. First one is replication, next replication fork, next replication bubble, next origin of replication, next unidirectional replication, bidirectional replication. So now coming to unidirectional and bidirectional replication, here after formation of this replication bubble, in this origin of replication only the replication bubble is formed, isn't it? So in here, as I said earlier, there is an interaction of several enzymes and proteins for the formation of your bubble and replication for synthesis of your coming up DNA strands, isn't it? So here, this is a template DNA strand. Basing on this template strand, enzymes and proteins again they will interact in the stepwise manner, and the interaction of that particular enzymes, mechanism of that particular enzymes will result in the formation of lagging strand and leading strand. Lagging strand means from the name itself it indicates that it will lag. Lagging strand means the synthesis of that strand is in a very slow motion. The strand is in a fragment wise, isn't it? So that is lagging strand, and another one is leading strand. Leading strand means from the name itself it indicates that it is a continuous strand without any breaks. So this lagging strand, these fragments are known as Okazaki fragments. These are larger fragments and these Okazaki fragments are filled up by the help of the enzyme DNA ligase. See, once again I am telling these are the terms that you will be learning during your DNA mechanism of DNA replication, and I am just explaining the definition, what is the importance of this particular terms that you will be learning in your DNA replication. First one is replication, next replication fork. Replication fork means this is nothing but replication fork which prongs in the two strands, and replication bubble and origin of replication. Replication bubble means the formed eye-like structure, bubble-like structure, so that is replication bubble. And how this replication bubble is formed? Where it is formed? At the origin of DNA replication. At the origin of DNA, there are some points in your DNA molecule, and from the point where the DNA molecule gets synthesized, that point is known as origin of replication. It is recognized by several enzymes and proteins. So after recognition of origin of replication, replication bubble is formed, and after replication bubble, unidirectional and bidirectional replication is observed. So if replication synthesis is observed from both the sides, then it is known as bidirectional, and if the replication synthesis is only in the one direction, then it is called unidirectional replication. And one more thing, in unidirectional replication only one replication fork is formed, and in bidirectional replication two replication forks are formed, and in unidirectional replication one leading strand and one lagging strand is formed, that is a set of DNA strand, and in bidirectional replication two lagging strands and two leading strands are formed in the two sides, isn't it? Next, so what do you mean by lagging strand? Lagging strand is a discontinuous strand, and those fragments are nothing but Okazaki fragments, and these fragments are united by DNA ligase enzyme. Next, leading strand is a continuous strand, and this leading strand is not having any gaps. It is a continuous perfect strand. After formation of these particular two strands, these strands are getting proof checking by several enzymes. And next is your TBP proteins. TBP means stir binding proteins. Stir binding proteins are used during termination of DNA replication. See, once again I am telling replication, replication fork, replication bubble, origin of DNA replication, and unidirectional and bidirectional replication, lagging strand, leading strand, and stir binding proteins. And one more thing, in unidirectional replication you will be observing only one replication fork, and in bidirectional two replication forks. In unidirectional only one lagging strand and one leading strand, and in bidirectional both lagging and two leading strand. Next we will go with different types of enzymes that are and proteins that are utilized in your DNA replication mechanism, both in prokaryotes and in eukaryotes. Thank you.